And welcome to the Redmen TV, it's player ratings time. One of my old schoolmates has just come over and said hello to us, which is why I'm smiling, like he's absolutely hilarious. His name's James, you've seen him before. Anyway, we're getting into the player ratings. I'm going to start with Sam Mignolet. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. He makes that one save when he needed to step up and make a save, and for me that was a brilliant save and a game-changing save as it turned out. At the time it obviously was 0-0, it finished 0-0. If that goes in, it's not 0-0 anymore. Joe Gomez, I'm going to go and give Joe Gomez a 10 out of 10. And I just didn't start this video, I've not thought about any of the ratings that I'm giving. I don't know what else he could have done there in a very, very difficult situation. You know, they kept trying to pick on him. They kept trying to pick on both him and Alberto Moreno. I just thought that every single time he stepped up into it, always won his challenges, was putting the ball out for throw-ins when he needed to, corners exactly the same. And he played it, and he played with the ball at his feet as well. I thought it was an outstanding performance. And look, maybe it's not a 10 out of 10 performance, but against Manchester United, against those calibre of forwards, I think sometimes you've got to give an extra mark or so. Defence, Matip I thought was really good, 8 out of 10. Dejan Lovren. I saw a load of stuff at half-time. I don't normally look on Twitter at half-time talking about him being embarrassing and all that type of stuff. I don't know whether that was for the injury that he maybe picked up when I think it was Lukaku's heel caught him. But on his defensive performance, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. There was that one time where he did everything right and it was down the left-hand side of our defence and stuff, and he's showing the guy exactly where he wants it. I can't remember who it was. And then he just lets him pass there anyway. And that was the one time where I was a little bit worried about his performance. But other than that, I thought he was really solid and a really good performance for him. Alberto Moreno, another guy who was picked on a lot. He stood up well into his headers. First 20 minutes, I thought his position was a little bit poor, to be honest. You know, there was that ball over the top when they did have a little bit of control in the game. And there was a couple of times there where Alberto Moreno just lets his man go and stuff. But again, I'm not going to be too hard on him for that, because he improved during the game, and you know, I'd like him to have been a bit more of an outlet going forward, if I'm honest, but I do think there was a bit more of a cautious approach to this game, where we didn't want to leave ourselves open to the pace of your Martials, your Rashfords when he comes on, your Youngs and all that. So I think that was maybe a tactical thing. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, an 8 out of 10 as well. Jordan Henderson, again, peaks and troughs with him. I think 90% of the game he was absolutely brilliant, and there was 2 really poor passes, and maybe you remember the poor passes. For me, you know, some of the pressing he did where he's going in, even gets the ball off the hair, bounces off him from when the ball's passed back to him. I thought it was really good. I thought he disrupted the midfield. He helped us win our battles in the centre midfield. I wanted him to be a little bit braver sometimes with the ball and maybe inject a little bit of energy into our play, because I felt sometimes when they were parking the bus and we had the ball on the edge of their box, he was dropping a little bit too deep. But again, I think that was a cautious approach from Klopp on the side, such that we didn't want to get overloaded. I'll give him probably a 7.5 out of 10. Emre Can, again, a little bit ups and downs for me. You know, there was a couple of really good things that he did. You know, when he drives in and he's got Firmino coming in, Firmino runs offside, he decides to take the ball on, should have shot. He did shoot, didn't score, but the one in front of the goal, that was the biggest opportunity for me. And how he's towed that over the bar, I'll never know. But you know what, he gets into good positions again. Oh, man, 7 out of 10 for Emre. Gino Wijnaldum, I thought that was one of his better games for quite some time, to be honest. How he kept on just rubbing every one of their midfielders off the ball baffled me. He looked really up for it. He started the game really, really well, and he ended the game really well as well. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Phil Coutinho, 7.5 out of 10. He was the one who was trying things. You know, the ball was getting fed into him, and we knew that it was down to him to beat his man. And a couple of times he did, and a couple of times he went to the outside, and Valencia makes some great tackles on Phil Coutinho. Really impressed with Valencia's performance as well. Mo Salah on the other side started the game really brightly. Second half, nowhere near as good a performance from him. Should have got goals, you know. Again, I think I'll give him an 8 out of 10. And Roberto Firmino, I thought he started and his first touch was letting him down, and you know, sorry, not his first touch, when he got the ball, he looked like he was just running out of ideas a little bit, and I wanted him to play a little bit more central and stuff, but the opportunities that we got when he was running wide, we did get good opportunities, so I think he's right to make those runs. I still feel like we need someone whose natural instinct is to finish the ball in the box, and I don't think Roberto Firmino's ever going to be that, which I'd like to see, that change of formation, maybe him in the 10 and stuff. I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I know he's only given 10 minutes, but that was the best 10 minutes of his young Liverpool career. I felt like he really needed that. Just the fact that he got to rip Man United defender about 3 times in about 10 minutes was pretty good for me. 2 decent corners from 3 as well. Thought that was good. I really liked the in-swinger where Matip nearly scored. Obviously, he nearly hits Lovren for a goal as well. Daniel Sturridge did loads of this pretending to jump for the ball. I really wanted him to jump for the ball and head the ball. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. And Dom Solanke. Now, not enough time to really mark Dom Solanke. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below, of course. Subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube. If you havenent already, check out the redmentv.com. We've got a belter of a 45-minute interview with Lucas Leiva from his house in Rome from last week. It's glorious. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Redmen TV.